So the way that I started was by hanging random stuff up and then pointing it in front of an ear source. I use like a fishing line, or you can use like thread or like any really thin string, and then like a paper ornament or anything that's really light, something that can be flown or you can actually see, like, the flow of wind through. In my experience, it's always easiest to manipulate energy when it's already in motion. It takes a little while to get set up, but pretty much what you want to do is point whatever air source you have directly at whatever ornaments or decoration or whatever you have hanging up. You want to point your air source directly at it, and then from there, at first you simply kind of want to observe and kind of see like how it flows in the wind. So since this is an ability that requires use of your mind, imagination is actually going to be your best friend in trying to figure out how this ability works. Like, I hate to say it, but a lot of this is pretty much fucking around and finding out. That being said, like, as long as you know that you can actually do it and that this is an ability that you're capable of learning and you try practicing with the intention of that, this ability comes a lot easier than you would think. That being said, pretty much you just want to imagine that you have superpowers and you're kind of like tinkering with it. Since you're literally manipulating invisible energy, that's kind of all you really can do, is kind of get a feel for it and kind of play around. And in retrospect, when you think about it, whenever you watch like all the superhero movies, that's kind of exactly what they did. They got this ability and they kind of just played around with it until it kind of made sense to them. The hardest part for them was typically finding out that it was just real to begin with, or that they're capable of doing it to begin with, if you think about it realistically. Some stuff I will say that I do that helps a lot is listening to music, just waving my hand around and seeing like how that interacts with what's in front of me. Even just like dancing in my car a little bit and just vibing out to music with my hands waving. Also, just practicing on anything and everything in general that you can find that you see blowing in the wind. What can also help is like doing guided meditations, like while you're looking at it and seeing how it interacts with your energy as you meditate. And you can also play like binaural beats or like crown chakra frequencies and stuff like that to kind of help or put you in the mood. But I shit you not, the biggest thing about this is simply knowing that you can do this and that it's not impossible. And from there, it's kind of like feeling around and trying to learn how you can interact with that energy in front of you. There truly is no separation between us and anything in the universe. So eventually, as you keep on practicing and as you get used to it, it just becomes second nature. It almost becomes like an extension of you. Also, just watching lots of energy practitioners, I've learned a lot from this app alone, and there's a decent community on TikTok of us pretty much showing our journey as we go along. If you want me to go more in depth on anything that I talked about, or if you have any questions, please let me know. I'd be more than happy to elaborate on anything that I can. Peace and blessings, guys.